You know who I met once, Bob? You may have met this guy. I bet you did. But you remember that book on stand-up written by maybe William Goldman? I can't remember. But it was about Lenny Bruce. It was about Lenny Bruce.
I don't think I read that
It
book.
was Lenny Bruce.
I never met Lenny Bruce, but I know who William Goldman is.
So there was a guy that was with Lenny Bruce that was supposed to be the funniest guy.
Well,
he was Rodney's friend.
Joe Ansis.
Yes.
Joe Ansis, Rodney
Now,
told
I met
me.
Joe Ansis.
No way.
He came to Saturday Night Live, and he wasn't very funny.
Well, he was an old man by then, right?
Yeah, he was with Rodney.
You know, there's a story about him that he was so OCD that he got into a bathroom, took off all of his clothes, and like naked in a toilet, but didn't lock the stall door.
Yeah.
And Rodney told me this story, and it has to be true, I guess, and because he didn't tell that many stories this many times. And he's naked, standing on a toilet seat. So you look under the stall, and the guy saw that there was nobody there, and he was trying to take a shit, and he was just naked like a crow, and his clothes were laid up over the side of the stall.
Yeah.
And a guy opened the stall, and they both because he was like naked with like his dick hanging out.
My God.
Just a creepy story. There was no punchline to it except how OCD the guy was, how crazy.
I heard a great story, and correct me if I'm wrong, about you running into Rodney after he got out of a hospital at Caroline's. Was that you? And he was waiting for Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, that was at his place. That's actually in the book.
It's in the book.
Is that in the book?
Yeah, there's a story.
Tell
and
everyone that story.
It's a true thing that I was supposed to have dinner with Rodney at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday. And I got to his place, and he was in a robe, and he'd just had surgery, but he was healed, you know, wasn't like hanging out. He had a scar up here, and he said they took out all my guts, lied him next to me, and then put them all back in. That's how he talked about his surgery. It's just like something quick, like Legos or something. And so I got to his place Wednesday night, and his wife was going out with a friend, and he goes, "Bob, you didn't call to confirm." I said, "I'm not late. This was the plan." "You didn't call to confirm, man. I'm sorry. I got Ron Jeremy coming up here with 2 hookers." And I said, "Well, I gotta go. I'm not gonna. I met Ron before. No offense. I just don't. I'm good. I'm gonna leave." And Rodney goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I feel bad." He had a release on the table that just says, "I, Ron Jeremy, allow Rodney to use me in his book." And that was just going to be his signature. That's what it was all for. So Rodney goes, "Sorry, I'll walk you out. I feel bad, Bob." And he walks me over to the elevator, and the elevator was just to his unit. And I walk over, and the doors, I'm on the inside of the elevator, and I go, he said, "How you doing, Bob?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good. I would have liked to have dinner, but how are you doing?" And he goes, "You want to know how I'm doing? You're leaving, and I'm waiting for a guy that can suck his own cock. That's how I'm doing." And then the doors closed. And we both laughed out loud because he said it he had no energy up to that moment. And when he said it, it was like a back-to-school moment. Like, "That's how I'm doing." And he yelled it. And that's what the guy could do, apparently. The potato bug of porn actors.
Yeah.
Could curl himself up.
And you've met him.
I met him. He loves comics.
Thinks he's funny. He's the funny one.
He loves comedians. That's the guy you definitely want to fist bump, not shake.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that big juicy thing you were talking about.
No.
Here's a guy who's very funny, but he's lonely. He needs acceptance. Make him happy, won't you? Bob Saget, how about it? All right, Bobby, here we are now.
Thank you. Gosh, you're a wonderful audience. You really are. I'm not just kissing up. I'm really not. I swear. I'm slobbering all over you is what I'm doing, because I need you to like me real bad, because I have no act, and I have no life, and I have no future.
Thanks so much for listening to Cinephile as we continue. I'm Adnan Virg, joined by special guest Norm Macdonald.
Wait, why is Jeff Goldblum on?
Well, yeah, sometimes we have all these TVs up here in the studio. There's maybe a story about Goldblum going on. He's looking kind of creepy there, isn't he?
Yeah, usually you can tell by the picture.
That something's happened to him.
Because he's in a bathroom. There's a picture of him in a bathroom.
Yeah. I think it must be selling something, right? Because it's a Goldblum.
Yeah.
For those listening,
look at his muscles.
It's a Goldblum 8x10. There's pictures of maybe he's coming to Connecticut.
He told me a story, but I guess I'm not at liberty really to.
That's okay.
I'll tell you off pod.
Please do. 2 Canadians here.
Yeah, that's right.
You're the second Canadian to be on the podcast. Will Arnett was the first.
Will Arnett.
Do you know Will at all?
Where's he from?
He's from Toronto, and he's right in the city. You were born in Quebec City, but you grew up in Ontario?
Yeah, Quebec City is all French, and we were English. So, the English hate the French, and the French hate the English.
Right, the Québécois.
So yeah, I was born in with the Quebecois around, and so my dad. You could go to school. You could either learn French or Latin. So my dad would not let me learn French because he was so afraid that I would, take up with a French girl or something like that. So I learned Latin, and that doesn't help you that much in Quebec City, where there's a lot of French and no ancient Romans.
But I will say this: Montreal is more bilingual. Like Quebec City, is very much French.
No, Montreal is English.
In Montreal, if you go there, you speak English, you feel fine. People get terrified. They go, "Oh my God, I don't know the language. I don't understand."
Oh no, Montreal is very cosmopolite.
The reason I mention this is last week you met Donald Trump.
I did.
The Tonight Show.
I sort of met him.
Well, how big are his hands?
I didn't really shake his hand.
Okay,
this is what happened. I have met him before, and he does have gigantic hands. It's like shaking the hand of a Holstein cow. No, but this is what this is the true thing that happened. There's like about 4 minutes difference because I had to follow him, So he leaves in the hall, and I'm in the hall, and I'm going to go on, right? I'm the second guest. First time ever I'm the second guest, thanks to Trump. So I see Donald Trump, so I say, Donald, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? So he turns to me, and he goes, hey, he points at me, He goes, big smile. He goes, just give me 1 minute, and we'll take a picture. So I go, thanks. Then he turns around. He has a Secret Service, and he walks down the hall and gets in an elevator. He just
Donald Trump completely stiffed you.
Yeah, he said in a minute, and then he left the building.
The oldest trick in the book. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Exactly.
Just standing there at a ball game. Can you sign my ball?
Oh my God.
Well, the reason I mentioned this,
I remember Euchre. I was with Euchre in a booth, in Arizona. It was a spring training, and so all the fans were trying to reach up, to hand him balls to sign, So Euchre would sign a ball, and then he'd hand it to me. He goes, "Here, fucking sign it." So I go, "No, I don't want to sign. Like they don't want me to sign." He goes, "Sign it, man." So I go, all right. So I'd sign the ball, and then the guy would get it. I'd go, oh. Like, I completely devalued what value Euchre had just put on the baseball.
That's not true. It's more value with that.
Probably worth less than an actual baseball at that point.
I want to get your thought. This is why I'm considering
a store-bought baseball.
Because as Canadians, we're not allowed to vote in this country.
No, we can't vote.
As people keep saying, no, you have to. Barry Melrose is like, no, you have to apply for U.S. citizenship so you can vote. This is the most important election of our time. And I looked up the rule. I don't know if you ever went this far, but in order to apply for U.S. citizenship, there's a caveat there, Norm, that says you must renounce all loyalty to any other country. And I said, hang on a second. Like, I'm proud to be an American, but I'm a proud Canadian.
You can't be a
loyalty.
Dual citizen?
No, it's you can, but you have to renounce loyalty to Canada.
Oh, I see.
I don't want to renounce loyalty.
Yeah.
Is that your reasoning as well, that you've never...
No, my reasoning is that the test is way too hard. You know what I mean?
How many Supreme Court justices are there?
How many stripes on the flag? I don't know. Like, our flag has a leaf. Like here, a flag is so important. Like you can't burn it. Oh, you can't burn the flag.
You have to stand for it.
Yeah, Canada. It gets cold. You burn the flag. I mean, there's a leaf on it. It almost invites incineration.
Especially like the prairie provinces. They don't really. In Saskatchewan, go ahead.
Yeah.
OJ,
the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Ottawa Rough Riders.
8 teams in the CFL,
8 teams.
and both had the same nickname for years.
2 of them.
The first question Americans would always ask me.
Yeah,
they ask about
but there's
Don
no
Cherry.
answer to it.
There is no answer. It's just a really good name, though. I don't think there's
fantastic name. It's
yeah.
also an American name because Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. So I don't know how it came to Canada, but no one has the answer to the question.
Your brother's a journalist at CBC, isn't he?
Yeah.
You should ask him.
Yeah, he should do it like a documentary and try to figure it out because no one has the answer. Seriously, ask people. They're like, they laugh, and I go, no, but seriously, yeah, it's funny because you used to listen to football games on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It would be very confusing because they'd be going, the Rough Riders have it at the 5-yard line. Bad news for the Rough Riders. If the Rough Riders get it here, the Rough Riders are in big trouble. You go, what the? What's going on?
So, SNL Weekend Update, you were tremendous, and so much of it was not only your delivery, but also your fearlessness, and it's one of the greatest jokes ever. I encourage everybody to go look it up. Norm was talking about Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson, and he said they've split up, citing irreconcilable differences. She's more of a stay-at-home mom. He's more of a homosexual pedophile.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say.
You were fearless. Like, did you have any?
I remember Lauren saying, you better, if you don't want to be sued by Michael Jackson. And I go, no, but secretly I did. I was like, oh my God, that'd be the coolest thing ever. It'd be like, and now Michael Jackson versus Norm. I'd be like, oh my God, this is, cool. How could that not be good for your career?
But Don Ohlmeyer, because he was buddies.
Don Ohlmeyer was the, for the folks at home.
Right.
Was the executive in charge of entertainment for the entire network of NBC.
And only because you were making scathing, hysterical jokes at OJ Simpson's expense, who's now back in the news because this show was a huge hit.
He's back in the news.
Well, the show, I should say, his name is back in the news. Like the Emmys, Sarah Paulson won, the show won.
What show?
The People versus OJ Simpson.
Right.
And then the OJ documentary, 30 for 30, which is on ESPN. And I think you should get more praise for the fact you were attacking him, rightfully so. And just because Ohlmeyer was buddies with him, was like, hey, you can't touch OJ. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like everyone.
Yeah, why wasn't I in that movie?
Oh, the 30 for 30. That's true, actually.
Or the 30 for 30. Yeah, they could have put that on. Or the drama. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People versus.
They could have had like Jay Moore going, hey, what's going on?
Could have had.
That hilarious impression.
David Letterman needed a Bette Midler moment that final week, and he got it from you.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Because, and it was so great. I watched it again.
Not that I meant to cry. No, I didn't mean that, but I wanted to do one of his jokes. That was my idea.
It was awesome. It was amazing what you did. You went on, your stand-up, it was the final week of Dave's show, and you said growing up in, I love this, by the way, you said growing up in Toronto, Canada. Nobody ever says Toronto, Ontario.
Yes.
They like to make it very plain.
They do.
Toronto, Canada.
They do, yeah.
And you said there's a joke that Dave used to tell. You tell it. You know the joke.
It was on a show called 90 Minutes Live, hosted by Peter Zosky. And the guests were Ricky Jay and David Letterman. And I was in the audience, the young teenager. And his joke was, I was driving down the street the other day, and in front of me was a garbage truck. And on the back of the garbage truck was a tiny sign that said, "Please do not follow too closely." One of life's simple pleasures, ruined by a meddling bureaucracy, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the old days when Dad used to pile the kids into the station wagon and we'd go out and follow a garbage truck?
You then turned to Dave and you said, we know Mr. Letterman does not like the mawkish or the sentimental, but if something is true, then it is not that. And Dave, I love you.
Yes, that I didn't mean to say those exact words. I certainly didn't mean to say I love you. But yeah, that was I just thought at that moment after the joke I should say something, because everybody was being so cool about it before that. And like you say, there was no Bette Midler moment. There was no one saying, "We'll miss you" or anything like that. Everybody was just trying to be cool, you know?
Yeah.
And he was a very important person to me, David Letterman.
Because he defended you when Ohlmeyer.
Well, no, but more than that, I think he changed the entire culture. He changed how people speak, you know? Almost like ESPN changed the way that people speak about sports. And, you know, maybe David Letterman is responsible for ESPN.
No, there's no doubt. He was a huge influence. Dave used to come here because he's such an auto racing nut. He'd come here and watch the F1 races and stuff.
Oh, is that right?
They would let him in the back, and he would just go and set up.
Oh, you mean because there were
they didn't have that capability like in the early 90s.
Like
a Formula One race or something. He's like, oh, I'll just go to ESPN and come in here. And like, oh, there's Dave.
That's what I would do for football back when because of course there was no dish or anything like that. And in New York, all you could watch was a Jets game in the morning and a Giants game in the afternoon, and they both sucked. They were horrible.
Right.
And there were all these great games going on. So I would go to NBC and watch the feed. There'd be every game.
Right.
And then I'd pretend to be an announcer. I'd turn off I still do that when my son lets me. He hates when I do that. But I switch, like on DirecTV, and I go, now let's go, you know.
Right. Well, you got a red zone now. You can just watch one channel.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't do. I do my own red zone.
Oh, so you like to do it.
And at this time, I'd like to welcome to the bandstand the great Jackie Byard.
The book is called Based on a True Story. A
What book is
Memoir.
that?
This is your book.
Oh, yes, my book. I wrote
can't
a
wait
book
to read this.
based on a true story, a memoir by Norm Macdonald.
It's going to be a huge hit. I can't
Is that
wait.
right, John?
There's Jennifer's here. Yeah, there's stories about Olmeyer. There's stories.
Yes.
We have a story. A buddy here, Daniel. Him and his wife wanted to watch Dirty Work together, so he DVR'd it, and they put it on, and it was not the film Dirty Work that you made.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah,
It was
a documentary.
No, it was an HBO film's softcore, I think, is the category.
It was a porn. You know, one time in my hotel room, when before the computer and everything, right. The only time I'd ever see pornography was in a hotel, and sometimes they'd have the weirdest one. They'd have soft core pornography. You know what I mean? And this actually happened. I was looking around, and there was Pulp Fiction was on.
Oh, I love Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was Pump Friction.
No, Pulp Friction, maybe.
Yeah.
Pump Friction. That's like if you want to
geez.
watch Saving Private Ryan, you'd get Saving Ryan's Privates.
Not as good a film at all. Way less. It's just basically a futon and a lady.
Doesn't have Spielberg's directorial mastery.
Yeah, nothing.
First 10 minutes.
No sweeping. No sweeping crane shots.
Right.
Just a lot of close-ups of what looks like it should be on a medical channel of some sort.
Based on a true story, a memoir by Norm.
Based on a true story.
Go out and check it out.
Memoir by Norm Macdonald.
I thank you so much for coming, Norm. I know you're making a comeback.
Are we done?
Well, do you want to keep going?
They told me it was an hour.
No, is it? Okay, we'll keep going. No, he's giving me the wave here. Trust me, I
we're
would
done.
keep going.
Good Lord, I had no idea. Well, I think we should have something to wrap it up.
Sure. Well, tell me a great anecdote from the book that's something that can really sell it.
I'm trying to think of a sports joke.
Well, you've made a few.
Well, I'll tell you this. You want to know why?
Best
this
OJ joke
is
you
not
ever
a
told.
joke. This is not a joke.
Okay, fair.
But I used to be a very heavy sports gambler.
Well, now you're prognosticating on the Levitard show.
I am prognosticating on the Levitard show. Yes, I'm. What am I? 7-3 for the year.
That's awesome, man.
That make money. That pay the juice well, And 7-3. Now listen to this. Professional football is the hardest sport to prognosticate. Baseball's the easiest. Now, why is what?
Well, baseball's the easiest because the starting pitcher, you just go.
No, baseball's the easiest because baseball is a game of streaks.
Okay, gotcha.
You think of Kirk Gibson hitting that home run, right?
Mm-hmm.
Against the much better team.
Oakland A's, yep.
What game did he hit that home run in?
Hit it in game one.
Game one. He won the series in game one.
That's true.
So it shows you the power of the streak.
Right.
The Boston Red Sox, down 3.
To the Yankees, yep.
They win 4 in a row. And then what happens?
And they win the World Series.
They win another 4 in a row, right? Because of the streak, the power of the streak.
Yeah.
So you hit a team when it's on a good streak or a bad streak, and you just stay on them.
All right.
Stay on them. The reason professional football is so hard to bet is because the ball ain't round. Every other sport almost, the ball is round. A round golf ball in a round hole. You throw a round basketball into a round hoop. But a football is this odd shape. So if there's a fumble, that's anywhere, man.
Right.
And then there's this odd thing that's certainly against the rules. 30 guys jump on the football. Now, someone has that football at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's being touched, so that should be his possession.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he's being punched in the testicles, and his eyes are being gouged out, and someone grabs the football, someone else grabs the football, and finally they tear off the guy, and they go, look, the big giant guy has the football. What a coincidence. So,
there you have it. That's why football is so tough.
So don't bet football because the ball ain't round.
Thanks so much, Dorp. I appreciate it.
All right. This was beautiful, Adnan. Love you. Well, I can tell a joke.
Go for it.
Yeah,
This
please
is
do.
what we're
Please.
looking for.
Yeah.
There was a little boy in school named Dirty Johnny. Now, he's not dirty in this joke, but he'd always be a hellion in class, and the teacher didn't think much of him. So the teacher has a project, or not a project, but an in-class thing. How'd that go again? says, she says, now, this is what you're going to do here, class. I want you to stand up. I want you to stand up and tell the class what a story from your life. And then afterwards say the moral to that story. So a girl puts up her hand. Yes, Becky, what's your story? So Becky stands up. She goes, my dad works for the hatchery here in town. And what happens was he got about 15 eggs. And he put them all in one basket, all in the same basket. So he put all his eggs in one basket. And he put it on the horse and buggy and drove back home. And by God, Becky says, the bouncing and all the eggs broke. Well, that's a good story, the teacher says, but what would the moral be to that? Becky says, well, the moral is, don't put all your eggs into one basket. But goddamn, says the teacher, that's a good one. Anybody else? Marjorie puts up her hand. Marjorie, what's your story? She says, well, my dad works for the hatchery, as most, all of us. Thank God for the hatchery. She says, or we'd all be lost. But anyways, my dad knows that eggs become chickens. And so he was counting his chickens, and he added in the eggs, you see. And then he put them on a horse and buggy to go to town, and they all broke. Well, what's the lesson to that? The teacher says she can't understand. And she says, well, don't count your chickens before they hatch out of an egg. Mm-hmm. So the teacher says, that's a great one, too. Anybody else? Well, wouldn't you know, Dirty Johnny has his hand up. So the teacher's like, holy God, I don't want it. But on the other hand, I made an oath to every child, should I suppose I gotta. All right, Dirty Johnny, what do you have to say? Johnny stands up. Stories about my Uncle Terry. He never worked at the hatchery. On account he was in Vietnam. And he got disability. He don't even like people who work at the hatchery. But the story happened far from these shores, in a little town called Da Nang. Terry was not well liked. His whole troop left him, abandoned. And he woke up in the weeds, and all they left him with was 3 bottles of Jack Daniels, some weapons. Terry stood up and downed 1 bottle right away. Said, if I'm going out, I'm going out. He took his Balishnikov and a couple of Glocks and his 2 bottles, and away he went. He found a town. And he didn't know if it was Charlie or if it was one he was sent to protect. But all he knew was he had hate in his gut. So he started firing. And he fired the Kalashnikov with an arcing kind of, like a farmer would with hay, with a scythe. And sure enough, the men fell like hay before him. And then the women, and by God, I'm ashamed to say it, but then the children. And finally, all was left was Uncle Terry standing in the mud and the blood and the glory. And he touched his pants, and it was wet, and he said he was ashamed. He felt shame, Uncle Terry, for he'd pissed himself. Well, he touched it again. It was not urine at all, but ejaculate. And Uncle Terry felt pride where shame once was. And the teacher's like, good Christ, what kind of a story is that? What the hell is the moral to that? Well, he says, when Uncle Terry's been drinking, you don't fuck with him. Now, especially if you work at the hatchery. Now, listen. So listen, guys, this has been fun, hasn't it?
This has been probably
This has been good. It saves me a trip to my senile uncle. So that's.
The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. And now, Weekend Update would like to wish a happy birthday to comic legend George Burns, who turned 100 years old today. You know, I don't know the secret to his longevity, but I think I speak for all of us when I say I hope Pauly Shore doesn't know it either. Well, a big seller this holiday season is Michael Bolton's Christmas album, This Is the Time. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Well, I don't know. This week, the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra, turned 81 years old, and he was honored by having the Empire State Building lit in blue. Also, in Mr. Sinatra's honor, the Empire State Building had the Twin Towers rough up the Chrysler Building. Frank Sinatra turned 80 this week. Frank Sinatra. And although the singer is said to be suffering from Alzheimer's, he had a typically festive birthday, singing a duet with a hooker and having sex with Tony Bennett. Probably going to end up in Jersey with a meat hook up my ass, but it was a good joke.
Celebrating April 1st birthdays. This is a sort of news thing. Russian pianist Sergei Rachmaninoff, who was born on this day in 1872.
Yeah, I know that dude.
Rapper Method Man is 41. Debbie Reynolds turns 80 today. Rachel Maddow is 39. And former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt would have been 95 today. April Fools. Former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt is alive and well.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever. Kim and Kanye celebrated their baby Northwest's his name's Northwest, his 1-year birthday by throwing a big party. What's that?
It's a her.
Oh, it's a girl. Yeah, Northwest, of course. I should have known by the name.
North, yeah.
Anyway, she had her 1-year birthday, and they threw a big party with jugglers, a bouncy house, and a Ferris wheel. The bad news is that Northwest is a baby, so it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. It's like a Gilbert Godfrey joke.
Okay. Today is the 11th birthday of President Obama's youngest daughter, Sasha, or as I like to call her, the uppity one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Jesus
I'm a regular mortal.
Super Dave Osborne on the line.
I was going to ask you to phone Super Dave. Yeah.
How's it going, Super Dave? Hey,
Happy birthday, Norm.
Is it my birthday?
It's tomorrow your birthday.
Tomorrow's your birthday. That's why I'm calling.
Super
you know
Dave.
what I got you? A picture of Sarah Palin's husband.
Oh.
And I had to make the X very big.
That's good.
Oh, no one asked you to comment what's good.
No, I
You know what makes me upset?
What?
Let me tell you what makes me upset is with all the crap that's going on in our country, OJ is not going to be able to vote. You know, McCain thinks that Obama was driving the Bronco.
Oh, he gave you a rim shot,
Yeah,
Super
that's
Dave.
right.
I know, that's what he does. He gives me a rib. Norm, Happy birthday. You know how funny this guy is?
Yeah, I do.
He's the greatest. What's he doing in Chicago?
What are you doing in
Hey,
Chicago?
You know who's lucky or Fox? They got Philadelphia and Tampa Bay.
Philadelphia and Tampa.
That ought to be that might be right below till death do us part.
Once again, the stylings of Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave Osborne with Norm Macdonald in the studio. Norm Macdonald at Zanies. Go to Zanies.com for more information. Back to Super Dave, already in progress. Hey, are you voting for Joe the Plumber, Super Dave?
Joe the Plumber. That was the most insane. You know what? I think that McCain, I mean, first of all, he's not the same McCain I used to see. I mean, but he's a totally different man. I mean, I think he's wild. Even his wife doesn't stand too close to him now at the end. But I think there's a trigger word like banana where you get him to come right over the desk.
He did look angry.
Didn't he look angry last night? His eyes were rolling and he almost came. And what I love is when Obama's talking, he goes, yep, sure, yeah, okay.
He did. But I thought McCain won the debate, but everybody
He did, but he was wild.
Yeah, he was insane.
He came in there, he was wild. It was like like one of those fights where you beat a guy up on the ground, you know, those things.
No, he won. So you believe he did win the debate, right? I thought he made Obama look uncomfortable, I thought.
Yeah, but...
Well, I was uncomfortable, too. How could you not be uncomfortable?
Well, let me hear something here.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. I don't care about an old washed-up terrorist. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago.
Why would he call him a washed-up terrorist?
You know what would have been funny is if when he said, do you think Sarah Palin could be president, that all of them just laughed till the debate was over?
I tell you, they should have had that music. I think Bob Schaefer, though, is the best moderator. I was saying that.
He really is, except he fell asleep once.
During it.
But yeah, he kept forcing them to answer the question.
You know that if Sarah Palin and Dan Quayle had a baby, it would be George W. Bush.
Super Dave, you gotta keep this stuff for Match Game.
Match Game?
Why did you bring that?
Now, wait a minute. What are you talking about? No, tell me. Norm, tell me.
You know what? I'll tell you something, Johnny. I'm never calling you again. And Norm, I love. First of all, Norm is the funniest man in the world, and he's a great father, but he's impossible to get a hold of.
I just got a hold of him.
Yeah, but he never calls you back. You leave messages, and he never calls you back.
No, we got to get together, though, man.
No. You always say that, and we always do, and we never do.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Super Dave? This will pay. Now it makes perfect sense to me. I hear this about you, Norm. That Super Dave, I don't believe he's telling. I don't think he's embellishing. I think he's telling the truth.
No, I am telling the truth. Let me tell you something. How old are you going to be tomorrow?
46.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
He doesn't drive. Now,
what does that say to you?
A lot of people are like that, actually.
Okay, no, they're not. A lot of people aren't like
that. If you're 96, what about opening the debates last night with all the crap that is going on?
Wait, let's go back to the match game. All right, now here he is. It's time now for Super Dave. This question is: Norm Macdonald does not blank. All right.
This is the way you want to play it.
No, I don't want to play. No.
This is the way we're playing.
All right, Super. Wait a minute.
This is the way we're going.
Super Dave. I want to agree with what you said about Norm Macdonald here in the studio. I want to tell you what I think. I heard that he has not spoken to his own brother in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Well, sometimes you take a break.
No, wait. True or false? Have you spoken to your brother? You have two brothers, right?
Yeah.
One of them is in Canada. Both are in Canada, right?
One's in Washington. One's in Canada.
You have not spoken to your brother. Is it Neil? Is it?
What are you telling
me? Is it true or false? Is it true or false? We're talking with Norm Macdonald, actor, writer, producer, stand-up comedian. Super Dave Osborne one time said, I can never get him to return calls. His brother Neil Macdonald, who lives in a farm town in Quebec City, says he has never returned his calls in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Is that true, Neil?
Listen, I'm a Canadian reporter living in Washington, D.C. I'm used to not getting my calls returned.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
That's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Super Dave, his brother, Neil, answer the question to see if, so Super Dave will not feel bad. Neil, have you spoken to Norm, your brother, in the last 5 years?
I haven't spoken to Norm in a long time. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get your calls returned.
Wait, Super Dave. See, I always think Super Dave's kind of lying.
So Super Dave's first name is Super?
Yes.
So, like, if I called myself Great Neil, you'd have to call me.
You know, Neil, there's a reason he hasn't talked to you in 5 years. Because you bore the living crap out of him. Now, let me tell tell you this. The Queen of England is walking with an administrator in the hospital.
What?
I said the Queen of England is walking with an administrator in a hospital. She walks by a room, and a man is masturbating. She said, "Oh, my God, what's going on?" He said, "Well, he has a problem. It's a physical problem, and if he doesn't do that 5 times a day, he could explode and die." She said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Then they go to the second floor, where she walks by a room, a nurse is giving a man oral sex. She says, "Oh, my God, what's wrong?" He said, "He's got the same problem as the guy on one, but better insurance."
All right.
No, but if that was in Canada, the government would provide it.
See that? You know who should hook up?
Norm, wait another 5 years. I'm telling you, if that's what he does, if he comes back with that Canadian crap, don't talk to him.
Now, listen, here's what I want to know. I want to know how a guy, you're 46, are you, Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how a guy who was born 46 years ago in Quebec City and grew up in the same house I did acquired a Brooklyn accent. What the hell, where'd that come from?
Oh.
Do I have a Brooklyn accent?
I don't know, but your brother now is dogging you. Super Dave is correct.
And I'm seeing him on Bill O'Reilly. Norman is one of the 37 Americans left who still think George Bush is doing a great job.
Wow.
I do?
No wonder you haven't talked to your brother in 5 years.
No, I think...
Someone just drop an anchor off the boat. Weren't we sailing in comedy heaven and someone came on and just dropped the Canadian
No, listen,
anchor
I'm not a
off the side of the
professional
boat?
comedian. I'm very funny, though. I'm a very funny guy.
Yeah, well, why don't you show it? What are you waiting for? How old are you?
No, I think George Bush is terrible.
Wait, let's go here.
No, George Bush is not terrible. Terrible is one thing. George Bush has to climb up to be terrible.
Super Dave Osborne with
What
us.
do you want?
Norm Macdonald in the studio, and his brother Neil just joined us.
Other family members that can really make this a party?
Listen, it's great. It's great being on the same line with you there, Super. I watch you on Larry David. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, then I like you. I take it.
Oh! Look at that. He loves him on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and now he's a fan.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Neil Macdonald's, are you?
That's
I can tell you how to get
back down another 5 years.
I can tell you how to get the CBC's news show online there, Super. You can watch it on your computer. I'm sure you will.
Thank you very much. Are you a sheltered person like Norm is?
No.
But you know what? Can I say something about Norm that no one knows?
I spend all my days trying to get people to call me back here. I mean, I'm one of these ignored.
Quiet down, Neil. I'm talking.
Super Dave is talking.
Great father.
No, Super Dave is yelling.
I'm telling you that. Well, how else am I going to make my point? Norm is a great father. I don't know if you know that. I'm serious.
I do. And Dylan's a great boy. He looks a lot like Norm did when he was young. That same sort of angelic blonde thing going there, you know.
Okay, take over the show and I'll quiet down. Let's see what happens.
Just a second one.
See if Johnny,
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny loses the call letters totally.
No, but Super.
What?
Neil actually lives in Washington. He doesn't live in Canada.
I'm going to Canada in 2 weeks.
But he lives in Washington.
I haven't lived in Canada for 10 years.
Why do you live in Washington?
Because I'm a foreign correspondent for Canadian television.
Oh, that's a good job.
Yeah, Norm, that is right, Super Dave. It is a good job.
I said it's a good job.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
You didn't mean it.
I did mean it. You know, no one asked you to interpret for me.
I'm just kidding.
This
I'm
is
hurt.
not the match game, my friend.
The match game with Super Dave Osborne. The match game. Neil Macdonald, Washington, D.C. Norm's older brother is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call me back?
Is a blank. Super Dave, he is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call? Hey, Berta says happy birthday, too. Why don't you call me back?
Oh, give my love to Berta, man. We'll go eat.
Yeah, let's go eat.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll talk about your brother.
Yeah, Super Dave said he's going to go eat with me like 90 years ago. I've never even met him.
Oh, no kidding. He always says that. That's his line. That's Super's line.
No, it is
Let's
fair.
go eat, and
Yeah.
then you never get a dinner. You're like Red Buttons, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And Red Buttons is dead, Norm.
You're like
Red Buttons was waiting for Super to vote.
Right.
And I never got a dinner.
You know what's funny?
What?
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm hurting and I'm angry.
Americans
but this is
are hurting
not funny.
right
We're
now.
hurting.
They're angry. They're hurting and they're angry.
We're hurting.
They're angry.
We're angry.
They're hurting.
I'm hurting.
Americans, all right.
I'm hurting.
They're angry.
And I'm angry. We are. We're all hurting and we're angry by all of this.
You know, Norm and I were going to do a radio show,
That's right.
but then Neil wouldn't be a part of it, so we said no.
Neil, why don't you help those guys out with their radio show? Norm, Super Dave, and Neil Macdonald.
Yeah, that's just what they need.
They do. Hey, listen, do you want to say happy birthday to your brother here?
Yeah, happy
You know, Neil sounds like a good guy. How come you never call him?
Yeah, why don't you ever call your brother? Norm, it's terrible. That's terrible.
No, I'm going to start texting.
No, what?
Do that.
Wait.
I hate that so much.
I want to be clear.
He doesn't have a cell phone. That's nonsense.
You hate texting?
I hate texting. I hate it. I
Hey.
hate people walking around staring at their hand.
Welcome to the 21st century, buddy.
It is.
Yeah, come on.
I love texting.
Yeah.
You know why?
Texting,
It's very quick. Right to the point. Get to the point.
What's wrong with talking?
That's too much trouble. Too much trouble. Norm, wait a minute. You don't have a computer, do you? Or you don't drive a car?
No, I don't.
You don't have a computer?
I have a computer, but I don't.
Say happy birthday to Norm now.
Happy birthday. Berta says happy birthday. Teddy says happy birthday. And Lori Joe says happy birthday. And we hope to see you soon, but we know we won't because we'll call and you won't return our call.
You better return his call, Norm.
Yeah, why don't we have go to dinner?
Yeah.
But that's what I say, and then all I get is that stupid.
You like steak?
Leave a message.
How about you like steak, right?
Yeah, well, where do you want to go?
Houston's?
Let's do it.
Go to Houston's in Century City Plaza.
Yeah, you know that Houston?
Sure. Yeah, that's where you go.
Did you hear what Johnny V just said?
That's exactly where we're going.
That's when you got to go. To go to the one in Century City
No,
Plaza.
that's where we've gone before. That's why I'm so amazed that you said that. Whenever me and Super Dave get together, we get together at the Century City.
That's where we go.
But are you amazed that Johnny V just said that?
No, Johnny B never. I mean, he does things that amaze me all the time.
Do you know?
I wish he was back on the air.
Hey, Super, because they have great food at that Houston's.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's good food.
Artichoke dip.
Artichoke dip. There you
Yeah.
go. Hey, Super, when you guys go, can I go with you guys?
You know how much fun that would be.
Oh man, but Neil's got to come though. Really?
Neil will wait on us.
Neil?
How would you like to have Neil as your waiter? I'll have steak. I wouldn't.
I'll have steak. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Oh God! All right, Super Dave Osborne and Norm Macdonald appearing
Happy
at
birthday,
Houston's.
And Norm, wish Neil a happy birthday if he has one. Okay.
Wait.
Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. I prefer the Indian casinos. That's what I like, you know, because I don't want to give my money. If I'm going to lose money, and I'm going to lose money, I don't want to do it in Las Vegas to a bunch of corporate businessmen. I would rather go to an Indian casino and lose it to the Native Americans, you know, on account of my forefathers systematically murdered them years ago. Which, looking back on it, way out of line. Way out of line. Anyways, I look at it as a form of reparations, you know? And I tell you, I've done my part, goddammit. Probably done your part, too. Anyways, I love casino.
Melissa McCarthy is Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
My name is Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people. The theater stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Oh, Johnny, you don't want to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers, everybody.
Probably just like masturbating in a dark room.
Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. Native Americans in upstate New York are trying to block plans to build a Kmart on the site of a Mohican burial ground. In addition, they were upset to learn that sales at this particular Kmart will be announced, "Attention Kmart savages." In Michigan, State Historical Commission officials say they will not interfere with the building of a new major sports stadium, even if construction unearths historical artifacts. However, state Indian Affairs officials say that if relics from a Native American tribe are found, they would like to have the land set aside and designated as a sacred tribal burial ground / giant casino. In Wisconsin, students at Menominee High School are desperately fighting efforts by the politically correct to change their team nickname the Indians. Already, opponents of the name have rejected the students' first compromise, the Drunken Indians. They feel that's almost worse in a way, you know? In Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Staticoti Indian tribe is seeking recognition by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in order to open either a manufacturing company or a casino. I wonder which one they'll choose. Manufacturing company or the casino. In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. Yeah. It's good news, really. We don't have to give any of it back.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get it changed, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? I never understand that.
Oh, you don't understand that?
No. What?
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education,
mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus,
mm-hmm.
he sailed over here,
right.
And then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt. And that's the source of us all.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, man, look at all those Indians.
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America. and then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of, almost Piltdown-men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A red-clawed,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
Little one, you've been away so long. now more than forever.
So, Jenny, what month was your issue?
Quoting Churchill.
May of 08. Who was on the cover? Do you remember?
It was a Russian girl. And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What?
What? What do you mean?
Is Genocide giving her comedy fucking advice?
Why is that? It's funny because there was a genocide.
In Russia? Only about 70 years ago.
Against the Russian people.
Who still lives?
But me. That's not
You first. Check it back. No, it was
it
wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was.
Well, Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are fives in a cave.
Dave's getting bored.
Right,
Well,
because they're the only ones that live.
Well, the only
through
true genocide was the. Well, I don't wanna say. Another one this way, Sam.
That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land. No, that was justified. That was for land. We were taking their property. No,
it doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive
no,
is?
The genocide. Yeah, the motive is to just hatred of a race to exterminate them without a political or economic agenda.
Well, we did with the
Indians. Well, it's not justifiable.
No, well, who's saying it's justified?
I said it's well.
Just got to bury them.
I'm just wondering how it's justified.
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time. Clearly insane.
So this one was a doozy. And as Josh LaCash points out, he does it exactly like a Norm Macdonald joke. 2-1. I saw Ian Miles Chong tweets out, he goes, he's not coming back from this, is he?
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
You know the Norm Macdonald joke too. I think that harkens back to. He's there with Russell Brand, and he said, "I got a story. It's about I was with a hooker, as a stripper or whatever, and I go back to her place, and she says I have a boyfriend." I said, "All right, well let's not stay there. We'll go to a different place because her boyfriend is I'm not going to say what color he was, but it's a terrifying color."
And she says, let's go have sex.
Lovely. Best possible outcome.
Yeah. So I say, fine and dandy. Now, I'm living with a girl, though. So I say, well, I can't do that.
There.
So what about you? Oh, she's living with a guy.
Oh.
And it doesn't matter what color he is, but...
No, it doesn't.
No. But it was a frightening color.
Really?
He was an Indian.
Well, they're very peaceful folk. I mean, prejudicially.
Yeah, if they're not holding a tomahawk. So. Now, people always wonder if God is a man or a woman or black or white or yellow, but I'm here to tell you that none of this silly stuff matters. He's a white guy, by the way.
It's the Washington Post. Larjo, I think you stuck your hand in front of it. So we are on. Just don't go in front of the camera.
What? You want to be seen doing this?
This is Norm Macdonald. Norm.
Say what? Wait, Norm. Say one more time.
Do you want to be seen doing this?
No, and I'm not. Until I was. Can
This
we start
is
over?
live. No, we can't. It's live. You can't start over. So I'm Jeff Edgers. I'm the national arts reporter at the Washington Post. We are backstage. This is what happens behind the scenes when an author is signing his books. Norm?
Yes, sir.
You're Norm Macdonald.
Yes, I'm Norm Macdonald. I used to be on the TV, but now
well, you still are on TV.
I'm an author.
Norm has written this book, Norm Macdonald, based on a true story, a memoir. How would you describe this book?
It's a book that instead of facts, I used truth.
Is that a good? Do you think people will understand that?
No, they might not understand that.
Yeah.
It's partly fact and partly fiction, as Chris Gustafson would say.
And what are you doing right now?
I'm
very
doing
mechanical.
Yes, the thing that this is not my idea. I'm signing my name on a bunch of books. The problem is later people will want me to write something to them. Like you say this is Deceive, your best friend ever, stuff like that. I get a lot of that.
But you feel like this is saving a lot of time.
No, I don't. I'm just doing what I'm told, like some kind of monkey, with an organ.
So Norm, this book is, there are many things we could say about this book, but it details your time on Saturday Night Live, right?
That's right. It details my time on Saturday Night Live.
It talks about your celebrity friendships.
Yes, I've friends with lots of celebrities. I make it a point to have no non-celebrity friends.
Adam Sandler, he's in there, right?
Yeah. I realize that people that aren't celebrities are worthless.
Through the writing of this book, or
the
just
writing
through
of
life?
this book, yeah. I started thinking about people, started thinking about my life, and I said, geez, my mom and dad, what's so big about them? Nobody ever heard of them. But Sherry O'Terry is a different story.
So, thank you. We've been waiting for that. I hadn't asked my Sherry O'Terry question yet. I may not. So, and this book, so how much of this book,
I'm being helped to doing this, by the way, so people know. Oh, or who's seen on this?
Well, she can't, I don't think we can see her because she does not want to be on film, but it's a
why
qualified, how would you like to describe?
You're our host, aren't you? Katie? What's your name?
Jackie.
Sorry, Jackie. I apologize. Her name's Jackie. The reason I don't remember is she's not famous.
So this book, how much, it's based on a true story. Is there a percentage you'd say that is true?
Well, it's all true. It's all true. But, it's not factual. Like, Jeff here deals with journalism where it's facts. So he's a man who deals in facts. But I'm not.
But the distinction is sometimes you can have something that's factually correct, but is actually untrue,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like, for example?
For example, everything you write. No, yes, you know that, facts can be bent to any shape and to convince anyone of anything. And truth is a whole different matter. Truth has no agenda.
So this book was written by, you had a ghostwriter,
Yes.
right?
I had a ghostwriter named Terrence Keane.
And is he here tonight?
Terrence Keane is here tonight.
Okay. And you get into all the episodes that you talk about.
I may as well, whatever.
What?
I don't want to spoil part of the book, so we won't talk about Terrence Keane anymore.
And
he'll be here tonight in spirit.
So one thing that's important is tonight we're actually going to carry this event live at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock? Yeah? 7 o'clock. Right?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
On Facebook.
Facebook Live, Washington Post. We're going to carry Norm's reading and question and answer session over at 6 and I, which we're just so lucky to be here. But we have a big crowd. But if you couldn't be here, you couldn't be in town, you're going to get to experience Norm live. So, anything else?
We have a question from Jason Schleicher. What is your favorite choice in cheese?
Where is Jason?
That's a Monty Python sketch. My favorite choice in cheese, I'll go out on a limb and say cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Maybe not the most popular of cheeses, but I like it.
Where are these questions coming from?
From our Washington Post audience on Facebook.
Great.
Oh,
That's exciting.
Well, they certainly seem well read.
Do you have any other questions?
Lena says, "What are you doing? Signing books?" Right?
Yes. And there's no other answer except yes for that. Unless I wasn't doing it, and then my answer would be no. Anything else?
What's your favorite OJ joke from Ryan Policinski?
Oh, my favorite OJ joke was one time they showed his, Johnny Cochran, his lawyer, put on his hat, put on OJ's hat in court, and then my joke was OJ didn't help his cause any when he jumped out and yelled, "Hey, hey, hey! Easy with that. That's my favorite stabbing hat."
That's good.
We have a
I think it's
he didn't help his cause any.
I think it's lucky stabbing.
Lucky. Yeah, it is.
We have a question from Jace.
That's my lucky stabbing hat.
We have a question from Jace. Will you be upset if you get a statue made out of you like Gordon Lightfoot?
They made a statue of Gordon Lightfoot? Were you aware of that? Would I be upset? Well, Gordon Lightfoot, I hope they made a statue of him from when he was a young man. But I'm a huge Gordon Lightfoot fan, so no, I would be honored by that.
And Paul David Kushner asks, how is it working with Mike Tyson?
Well, I've never met Mike Tyson. We were just talking about that,
Yeah.
Jeff and I, that Mike Tyson had a funny line that he said, I don't know, Norm Macdonald, because he says, people keep coming up to me, asking me, I can't do Mike Tyson, obviously. So he said, everywhere I go, people say, hey, you work with Norm Macdonald, you work with Norm Macdonald. I never met Norm Macdonald, I don't know Norm Macdonald. I don't know Norm Macdonald from a can of paint. The only thing I know about Norm Macdonald is he's very famous. So I thought that was like Yogi Berra, I don't know Norm Macdonald, but I know he's very famous.
And Tony Burke.
But yeah, he does all his parts. This is a show called Mike Tyson Mysteries, in which I play one of his pigeons. And I do my parts from a recording studio. He does his parts from his giant mansion in Las Vegas. So, but I might go there and interview him for my podcast.
That'd be nice. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be a fun guest. I very much like Mike Tyson.
That's worth noting. You've restarted the video podcast. You did one with Stephen Merchant. Do you have more that are already recorded?
Yes, in the can.
In the can.
In the can.
Who's on them? Can we?
Who do I have that's in the can?
Who's in the can?
A boy named Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Is one of the new faces, the future of comedy. Margaret Cho. Not exactly the future of comedy, but she now hosts Fashion Police. And a delightfully funny man. I didn't know how funny he was, but he was hysterically funny. One of the best episodes we've done was with Bill Hader.
Bill Hader?
Yes, the impressionist from Saturday Night Live, but much more than an impressionist.
Yeah.
He's a fascinating guy. I first met him, I was in Boston, and I was just in a hotel, and he was there with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. I said, what are you guys doing? Well, they were writing South Park. So I said, Bill, you write South Park? Like he was on Saturday Night Live. So it was very strange to me that he also wrote South Park. I go, so you wrote South Park first and then you just continued? He goes, no, I wrote South Park after. So he said he loved South Park so much, and the structure of it was so good. He wanted to learn structure so he could write a movie. And he went to these guys and asked if he could do it. And he also did the same thing with Pixar. He wanted to learn how to write for that kind of movie because he had an idea. So he went to Pixar. He said, I'm Bill Hader. I do Stefan on Saturday Night Live. Perhaps you've seen me. And so it was really cool. He wants to learn things. So that's how he does it. For free, he goes.
It's like an apprenticeship.
Yes.
Except that he's famous.
It's like, it's like auditing. Yeah. Famous people. I remember David Geffen said, like when he first came to Hollywood, he would have lunch with a different guy every day. And, within a few months, he'd had lunch with everybody. Everybody wants to have lunch.
So, do we have any more questions?
We got one last question. What's your special guest, your favorite special guest on SNL? Yeah.
Well, there might be more, but maybe for this session.
For this session.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Who was your favorite special guest on SNL? From David
Special guest?
Yeah.
You mean like a guest host?
Yeah, a guest host.
Yeah. Like a host.
Yeah.
A guest host is like the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
With Johnny Carson. My favorite host was Bob Newhart because Lauren would always ask who we wanted as a host. And people would say people that I didn't know because I don't know new things. And very often, like the first episode I was ever on, the musical guest was I still can't remember.
Nirvana?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Awesome.
I just incredible memory. Now I just guessed. Because it was, your first episode was probably like 93?
Yeah.
He researched.
Yeah.
So it was Nirvana, which
Yeah.
we somehow knew. So I didn't know. Other people were like, "Oh, Nirvana," and I didn't even watch them, and then they were no more, and because Kurt Cobain was no more, and Kurt, and so my favorite. So Laura would always ask guests, so people would always pick young hip guys, and I would say Bob Newhart every week. Bob Newhart, let's get Bob Newhart. It's fun. We got Bob Newhart. I wrote a sketch for Bob Newhart, and he used it in his. He asked me, "Can I use that in my stand-up?" He used my thing I wrote in stand-up because Bob Newhart does like one-way conversations, and so my sketch I wrote for him was a one-way conversation that he was a postal supervisor, and he was talking to a disgruntled employee at the post office, and that was the idea of it. And he really liked it. And he did it in his act, and it was one of the high points of my life.
Was there a joke in that one? Do you remember? I mean,
The joke.
I know there was a joke in that one, but is there a joke you remember in that one?
Well, Bob Newhart would go. Bob Newhart would go like, "I'm reading your report, Mr. Henshaw, and I can't help but notice that when we asked how you would describe yourself in one word, you said you said disgruntled. That's a kind of a red flag here at the post office. Now, when we asked you what the worst part of your job was, you said working beside the devil. Now, I looked at the records, and you worked beside Bill Waterston, and I've known him 30 years, and no, I'm not calling your dog a liar. I'm just saying.
What an honor, though, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled.
All right, so
having a childhood hero read my. Here's an interesting story too.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were going to go a little more, right?
Well, I was just going to say I met Don Adams one time, the great Don Adams, who played Maxwell Smart on Get Smart. And Don Adams told me that he was working in Chicago, and he lost all his money in a craps game. And that night, Bob Newhart, a young unknown man, Bob Newhart handed him this material to read, and he read it, and he said, "This is fantastic material, but I have no money. I can't pay you." And so that was what Don Adams told me. Then later, I told the story. I recounted the story to Bob Newhart, and he said, "That's what he told you, huh?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well," he goes, "this is what really happened. He goes, the first part was true. I showed him the material, and then three weeks later, I watched him do it on the Mike Douglas show."
No. That's good. I like that. All right, so obviously tonight many Don Adams stories, right? But this book is really. I'm saying this genuinely. This is a very, very, very good book. Very special book.
Oh, thank you.
And
I know you called it special, which is very nice.
Well, it's wildly creative and entertaining, and it's great, I mean, but I'm not a book critic. You'll have to understand that. I actually can barely read, but it's a great book. You should come and hear Norm, and also pick up a book. He pre-signed it for you.
Yes. And if you can't come in person, you can order the book on Amazon.com, or you can go to your local bookstore and support your local.
But you're going to sign books tonight after you're done, right?
Yes, I'm going to sign books.
So there'll be double signed.
Absolutely,
All right,
yeah.
thanks, and we'll see you back here.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, Washington Post.
Actually,
Oh, Brock Lesnar is here.
I'm here. Norm has to go.
Oh, you have to leave?
Your people.
Norm's a busy man.
Your people are telling us that you have to go. If you want to stay, it's up to you.
Quick break?
You run. We start with only a few minutes. I'll talk to Brock.
Go.
You run.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to.
Norm
and Brock will sit there, and if you can stay, you can stay. If not,
I want to get a picture of Norm.
take your thing off. Don't give your thing on.
Could you snap a picture?
Brock, come sit.
Hey, Brock, come on over. It's just a busy day.
Yeah, they snuck in.
Someone show Brock where he is.
Brock's right here. Oh, he's waiting for the picture.
Okay, all right.
Finally meet you guys, man.
All right. Colin, you're out of here too. See you later, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Colin Quinn, Long Story Short, premieres on HBO a week from Saturday at 10 p.m. See you soon, Kyle.
Hi, Melinda. That's your ex?
Yeah.
Girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do
you want to?
Shimble?
There you go, buddy.
Where'd Colin go?
Colin just ran out.
Fucking mess. I love it.
It's a clusterfuck.
He'll be around. Colin, where you going?
We actually are on the air.
Hi, Brock. How are you?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Thanks for coming in.
You know Norm Macdonald behind you, just so you know the people. That's Norm.
Colin Quinn and Norm
Colin
Macdonald.
Quinn.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Go somewhere?
Good.
I'll be back. I'm just taking a lot of pictures.
All right, can they do it out? They can do it outside, right? Can they take the pictures outside? Oh my God! All right, we're taking pictures. Brock Lesnar, you really walked into a clusterfuck, but we're happy that you're here. Thanks for coming.
Morning.
Yeah, thanks for doing our show. It wasn't easy to get you on the show.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do it.
What time did you get up this morning?
Way too fucking early.
You texted me that you're coming down.
Can we do this outside? Can we everybody do this outside, please? I'd like to fuck with everybody. But, Norm,
Nice to meet you.
I love you, Norm. Good seeing you, buddy. I'm happy you're here. But, no, I love you very much, actually. Because he loves Brock Lesnar more. Because I'm happy Brock is here, and people are doing a photo session in the fucking booth.
Don't wear it out.
We knew this would be a clusterfuck.
That's all right.
I want to ask him about the 50,000 he lost on a home run, but next time. Yeah. Norm Macdonald was great on the show today.
Oh, yes, he was.
Holy shit. Brock,
all
sorry.
right, Brock is here.
Sorry, Brock.
All right, now we are ready. Yes. For Brock Lesnar. No. Yeah. Because MMA is harder. I mean, it's like, not that wrestling isn't a grind, but MMA, you're really being hit a lot harder than you're getting hit in wrestling. In the face, I mean, guys like Shane, first of all, Shane Carwin, how did you survive that? I couldn't believe that you were kept kicking him
I got a
off.
head like a horse.
I have other things like a horse.
And then you mentioned before, Norm eventually got fired, and the rumors were that it was too many OJ jokes and that sort of thing, which is ironic because you told me
that wasn't really a rumor. I mean, that was that's why.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't realize that Norm could have stayed if he had agreed to let them fire Jim Downey. Jim is one of the best writers in the history of the show. He had been head writer for many years, but he could have stayed if he had agreed to fire Downey. And people ask me, well, why didn't, and he never, and I'll tell you another thing. You talk about, Norm, from what I know, I don't know anybody. I mean, I was in touch with Norm, but I hadn't seen him in a while when he, when I heard he passed away. I certainly didn't know he was sick. I'm sure his producing partner and, really like a best friend, his Lori Jo, I would assume she knew. I don't know if he told his family. Norm never told Jim directly that he could have stayed at SNL if he fired him, but wow. Jim heard it from other people, not just me. It wasn't even a thought that he was like, oh, they said I could keep doing it without Downey, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a discussion. I don't know if that answered. I don't even remember the question.
No, we were talking about OJ, and actually it reminded me.
OJ. Oh yes, look, it was Don Ohlmeyer's friend, and we just kept
hammering him, right? What about you told me that
I'm in New Canaan visiting my little son, and the first thing I see is the sound was off on the TV, and he's sitting in his high chair, and he was like 2 years old, I guess, and so. Mm-hmm. he looks up at the thing and there's Chris Farley, but with the sound off, he didn't know exactly what it was. He starts laughing hysterically just at the sight of Chris Farley. And then the phone rings and it's Mike Shoemaker from the show, who's a producer at the show. And he says, a couple things. Chris Farley's dead and you and Norm were fired.
Wow.
And so apparently, and later, guess what? It was like 3 years later, Norm told me, and he had never said this to me, because if our positions were reversed, I would have said it right away. He said, they told me like it wasn't, that they were only firing you, that I was welcome to stay. And I said, I won't do it without Downey. And so they said, okay, motherfucker, be our guest. So that's how Norm came to be fired. He went out of solidarity with me. So
well, I think it's probably smart because you made it. You guys together were really good. It probably would have.
He would have been.
He's
fine
great,
without
but
me,
you're great, right?
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer.
Our top story tonight comes from the OJ Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies. This week at the OJ.
And now we return to Sunday Morning with Charles Kuralt.
Well, it seems that's all the time we have this Sunday morning. It has come time for us to part, you and I, for I am retiring from CBS News. I have been on the road now for 37 years, and I will miss it. I will miss it much. I will miss the thunder of the big diesels as they roar by me. I will miss the inviting windows of well-stocked general stores reflected in the rearview mirror. I will miss the sight of young cottonwoods and old rattlesnake nests, of winds that blow and rivers that flow. But mostly, I will miss the sex. For that is what brought me to the road in the first place, so many years ago. The promise of sex with a string of anonymous partners across this great land. And oh, how that promise has been fulfilled. There was Thelma Ober, a frail old woman of 75, whose pumpkin pies have been well known to the residents of Cornwall, North Dakota for years. Every afternoon, Thelma leaves her house and strolls gallantly toward town. And wherever Thelma goes, the birds of Cornwall follow. Miss Thelma Ober is known as the Bird Lady, and I had sex with her. I remember Sarah Little, who lived at the end of a long dirt road in the piney woods of Arkansas, and is the best friend a dog ever had. She owns over 450 of them. Oh, and just one more thing. Sarah Little is the town dog catcher. And oh, one more thing. I had sex with her. And I will not soon forget old Ned Harrigan. From Monkland, Maine, the proud possessor of a ball of twine 67 feet around. If he ever unrolled it, it would stretch from Monkland, Maine to the Gulf of Mexico. But, of course, Ned didn't want to unroll it. He wanted me to have sex with his wife. And so I did. And wouldn't you know it, old Ned watched. And I think he learned something, as did we all that balmy August Monkland night. Yes, there were hundreds and thousands more. None of them were very attractive, I suppose. even by backwoods standards. But I couldn't care less. What's done is done. Anyway, those days are past now. I will retire tomorrow and busy myself with more solitary diversions. Perhaps you'll find me knee-deep in a bending piece of water known as the Madison River, trying to fool a trout with a bit of floating feather. Or maybe I'll be practicing something called autoerotic asphyxiation. A curious diversion Eric Severide introduced me to, and I've grown quite fond of. And so, tiddly-widdly toodaloo. All I want is to stay with you, but here I go. Goodbye.
Some days we get closer. Things that we never really needed. Promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over if we never got a chance to break away.
Where's Norm? Oh, Shelley. In the 6 weeks you've been gone, he's been under a lot of stress lately, and there's something I ought to tell you about Norm. Oh, my God.
Oh, hey, Shelley.
Norm, what happened?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got a new shirt. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I'm a big fat guy now.